Hello Michelle, welcome to Tonalité de Femme. So first of all, when you were a little girl, what type of job did you want to do?
Well, when I was really little, I wanted to be famous and be an actress or an artist. But when I was about 10, then my niece was born and my uncle and aunt made a film of the birth, a home birth. And then it was clear I wanted to be a midwife.
Michelle, you have been a midwife in Holland for the past 10 years. How many pregnancies and deliveries did you assist in? Could you please tell us what is your philosophy about this beautiful job and what do you feel you bring to women?
Well, actually, I've lost count about the number of births. I guess it's around 500, could be less or more, probably a bit more. And my philosophy of my job is actually the same thing that I wrote in the letter when I wanted to become a midwife, the letter to the school, that I feel very passionate about helping women to discover their own strength. And I think birth is the most beautiful gift to women to accomplish that, to discover their own strength, especially when they haven't found it yet earlier in life. When we succeed, or when the woman succeeds in finding that strength and being a woman from the deepest part of her body, especially since so many times that doesn't work out, which makes me really sad. So the occasions when everything is the way I think God intended it to be, it's just amazing to be there.
And Michelle, you gave birth yourself last year. Was the experience as you expected it to be, and what type of feelings and emotions did you have?
Well, actually it was quite as I expected it to be, only much less painful than I expected. I was sort of expecting big lots of pain, and of course I was also afraid that I might not manage. And actually my birth was really serene and calm and felt like all the other bodily functions and things I had, I experienced with my body before, only much more intense and quite, at a certain part it felt like I used drugs. And the end part was, the pushing the baby out part, that was painful, but I was almost happy that I also experienced a little bit of pain, so I could complain a little bit as well. But it was beautiful, it was great, yeah. Beforehand, I was really most afraid, not of the pain, but of having to go to the hospital because of an emergency, because I was afraid I wouldn't be able to stay with me and my own strength once I was, handed over to the hospital. And then during my birth, there was an indication to go to the hospital, but it wasn't a really scary thing. So my midwife and I decided we would stay home anyway. And I'm so happy that she, trusted me and trusted the baby, that even with this slight complication, we would still manage at home. And that it was just, the way I dreamed it to be.
What is your view on countries such as France or Germany, where the rate of home births are lower than 1%?
Well, I feel very sad for women there. Because I feel that women who don't have a choice, that it's also possible to give birth in a non-medicalized way, I feel that they are being robbed of their heritage. Is that something I can say? I feel that they are robbed of the experience, how birth also can be a peaceful and a joyful and a strengthening event instead of a medicalized horror, painful, need lots of painkillers and never think about it again afterwards event, as I hear it described from other countries, but also by now in the Netherlands. A lot of births are the same way as in other Western countries, with lots of interventions and no more glory. There are a lot of women who cannot imagine how on earth you can give birth at home without an epidural or any other pain relief and be happy about it afterwards. I can understand that, because birth, along with all the other things in cultures, are so in your mind imprinted from how all other women around you do it, and your mother and your sister and your friends and your aunts. And for me, I was born at home myself. My mother is quite squeamish about pain, but she always commented on her birth like, yeah, it was a bit painful, but it was okay, and it was nice, and then you were born. And so I always had this image of home birth is normal, and then I had friends who gave birth at home, and then I became a midwife and I saw home birth. So for me, culturally, it's a normal thing. So when I gave birth myself, of course, I was also a little bit scared, but I knew it could, that things could go wrong, but I knew the biggest chance was that everything went well. Whereas women in other countries, they are raised with films and stories that birth should be in a hospital, there should be a lot of people with green clothes and masks around, and people are shouting at you to push, 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 and it's horrible, and you need painkillers. So I can imagine very much that women like, oh my God, giving birth, that's like so scary.
Michelle, I know that you are very busy at the moment. What is your secret to staying zen?
Yeah, I haven't found a secret to staying zen yet. I'm very much looking for it. So I might appear very relaxed right now. But I'm a mother now, and I have a busy job where everybody can call me all the time because they never tell me when the baby is going to be born. So I'm still looking for that. I do a little bit of mindfulness training, and luckily I have to breastfeed a lot still. So every time I breastfeed is like my natural meditation, 15 minutes. But I have moments I'm like, ah! Yeah.
Thank you very much, Michelle. Take care. Thank you.